UFC 312 ended last night, and I'm gonna talk about my picks and fight outcomes. And even though I did fucking shit again, still did better than MMA Guru and Lucas Tracy. So suck it. First fight: Quillan Salkilld versus Anshul. Very very good 1 pound fish Jubli. Early stoppage. What the fuck? They did my boy Anshul wrong. Traveled all the way from the motherland to Australia to get KO'd in 19 seconds. Early stoppage, man. Fuck, man. That sucks. I do have to say, though, Anshul, very, very good 1 pound fish Jubilee. What the fuck was that distance management, though? When he was literally foot to foot with Salkilld, and then he's gonna throw it like, bro, no shit, you got cracked, bro. Um, Now he's 0-2 in the UFC. Technically, I guess 1-2 if you count the Road UFC, but pretty much 0-2. I had a great matchup I was thinking about in the car. Then I saw MMA Guru posted on his next who he wants to the fighters to fight next, and I saw on the thumbnail it was Muhammad Yahya, and I was thinking the exact same thing. Both 0-2. Anshul Jubli is the India guy. Yahya's the what the fuck is it called? United Arab Emirates guy. They're both ass. Loser goes home. That could co-main a fight night. Yeah, I know you guys would tune in. But yeah, Saul Killing it, and he gets the 50K. Kind of lucky, but I would have gave it to Moscatino, but oh well. And I did pick Salkilld because if you lose to Mike Reardon, I'm not picking you. Next fight: Jonathan Micallef, Kevin Jousset. I picked Kevin Jousset. Who didn't? You can't really pick Jonathan Micallef. Even the commentators were like, "Wow, this guy's totally different than the tape I was watching. He's a totally different guy." And in the contender series, he had like a nice triangle from bottom, but I never saw his striking. And yeah, he had really good kicks. Uh, yeah, the kicks were so loud against the body. He rocked Jousset multiple times with head kicks, literally like 3 times. Knocked him down once as well, and he wobbled him with his hands as well. But for Jousset, I mean, if you're getting kicked like that, you have to crowd the kicker. In the third round, he did better with that, cutting off Micallef better, and that's how he got his hands going when he would press Micallef against the fence. But I mean, I don't know. I guess he's retarded. Just he was just letting Micallef kick him, to be honest. Um, but yeah, nothing much to say. But Micallef looked really good, to be fair. And Jousset, now he's 2-2, I think. Might get cut. Who knows? But yeah, good job, Micallef. Surprising. That was a good fight as well, though. This whole card had pretty solid fights, except the main event. But next fight. Speaking of really good fights, fight of the night. This was a fucking banger. Rongzhu, Cody Steele. Again, you. I mean, everyone picked Cody Steele. But to be fair, if you watched my prediction video, I did say Rongzhu is a totally different fighter from his first stint in the UFC. He was only 22 at the time he got cut, and I watched all his fights in Road UFC, and he was a totally different guy. I mean, the levels were against his opponents were, you know, so different. Looked really good. Even in the final, the guy he beat was a heavy grappler, and he just murked him. So I knew Rongzhu. He is good, a lot better than before. But I just thought Cody Steele. I mean, crazy credentialed grappler and really good striking in the contender series. You saw that. But yeah, he kind of got murked. This Rongzhu, the straight shots always win. Cody Steele was doing more looping, crazy strikes. Um, Hurt Rongzhu in the first round, and Rongzhu his eyes were still there, so he wasn't that hurt. Came back, and a lot of his combos was straight right hand, left hook, rocked Cody Steele multiple times, hit him. I mean, he just looked fucking phenomenal, but it was an awesome fight. 30-27. And Rongzhu keeps his career. Who knows if he lost that one? Would have been 0-2 in his comeback. Uh, would have been I think 0-5 in the UFC. Not good. So he pretty much saved his career. Gets 50K bonus. And yeah, looked. I mean, his improvements have been crazy, and he's only 24. I can't believe that. But Cody Steele, credit to him, he's a really tough guy. Ate a lot of crazy shots, and by the way he was thrown, his cardio was still there. So I think he'll be back. I think he still is good. Yeah, but so far I'm 1-2 in my picks. Next fight, Colby Thicknesse, Aleksandre Topuria. Kind of how I predicted. I knew Colby Thicknesse has really good technique, but he's a little smaller, and Topuria was just and Thicknesse was on short nose, but Topuria was just a little bit stronger. But honestly, really competitive. I like the fight. Really good fight. Topuria, I mean, it's pretty much a duplicate of Ilya. I think maybe Topuria has a little bit better wrestling, to be honest, but not as much power. I think he hurt Thicknesse in the first round. Then he did like a crazy suplex. But second round, Thicknesse was looking. Thicknesse could have got the round. He had a lot of really good kicks. Um, but Topuria was looking good, pressing him against the fence and had some good shots. But yeah, honestly, even though it's 30-27, both guys are really good. I hope they sign Thicknesse because I think he was only on a one fight deal. I'm sure they'll sign him because this was short notice and he looked pretty good. And same with Topuria. I'm excited to see him again. Both guys, good job, good fight. Topuria wins, and I'm 2-2. And oh, and another thing, I don't know where this like theory was that Topuria has like no gas tank. I don't know where anyone would get that. I see that everywhere. Um, yeah, I have no idea. I don't just because he finishes everyone doesn't mean his gas tank's ass, especially when he's training with Ilya Topuria and every day. I don't know why people thought his gas tank was ass. It obviously wasn't. It looked good. So yeah, good job, both guys. Next fight, Wang Kong, Bruna Brazil. What a shit pick by Lucas Tracy picking Bruna Brazil, by the way. And I did forget that she's actually moving. She's usually 115 and this was a 125er. And you could tell because Bruna was looking a little thick, but the good kind of thick. She usually looks like a light pole. So, but yeah, Wang Kong, good striking. Pretty much how I said. I liked how Wang Kong has more finishing potential, and you could tell Bruna Brazil did not like the strikes that she was getting hit with, um, and it just looked like she wanted the fight to end. But Wang Kong, good striking technique. 30-27s. This was also 3 weeks notice for Brazil, and I think her mentality was just survive. This fight doesn't matter. I'm short notice. I'm up a weight class. Just survive. That's kind of what it looked like, especially like she was smiling was when it was over. It looked like she was not really, I don't know if trying's the right word, but yeah, good job, Wing Kong. I think she is a real deal. She's pretty much a dude, so yeah, good job, Wing Kong. That made me 3-2 in picks, I think, if I can count. Until this one, Tom Nolan, Viacheslav Borshchev. I was worried about this happening. Right after I picked Borshchev in my video, I was thinking the whole week, bro, I bet you Tom Nolan's going to win. The thing I was banking on was that Borshchev would catch Nolan eventually because, I mean, Nolan got finished by Mota and got dropped by Victor Martinez. Both guys, their reach disadvantages against Nolan was crazy. So I was assuming Borshchev could catch him, especially because he has really good striking. But Tom Nolan looked good, man. Honestly, I knew the range was going to be a problem, but like I said, I thought Borshchev could catch him. But yeah, Nolan just looked really good. Really good kicks, spinning kicks, really good straight shots. The length was a problem for Borshchev. Um, and Nolan tried to use his grappling, but you could tell Borshchev worked on his grappling. Did I say Borshchev worked on? Nolan was trying to. Nolan was using his grappling. I don't know if I said that correctly, but you could tell Borshchev was working on his grappling with the defenses, with defending the takedowns. But yeah, I think Nolan just a little more active, a little. He landed more. Just to be honest, a tough night for Borshchev, but honestly, a good fight. I thought Nolan won every round, or no, maybe the third was it was 29-28, but yeah, good job, Tom Nolan. He is. I don't know if you can say legit, but he's good. He's good, and his length is a problem in this division. And the headline, the prelims. I'm happy with this pick because I saw a lot of people picking Jack Jenkins, but I'm a Moscatino fan since day one. Was robbed against Ron Murphy. I'll die by that. And Gabriel Santos is he is the truth. Really big for the weight class, fast, great striking, great jiu-jitsu. First round gets dropped by a head kick, but if you watch the replay, his eyes were there the whole time. I think it was more kind of like a Charles Oliveira knockdown where his eyes are there, but he's like, "Ooh, I don't like that. Let me get my guard." Jack Jenkins goes in his guard and gets caught in a really tight triangle. But good, credit to Jenkins, gets out of it. Round two, I think Santos was this where no, I think Santos like took him down and held him down the whole time. And then round three, Santos' signature front kick to the face, did it against Yiza. Bam. Cracks Jenkins right in the face with his really fast front kick. Eventually gets Jenkins down, rear naked choke. Awesome job. He should have got performance of the night instead of Salkilld, but whatever. But yeah, Santos is a real deal. I've been preaching this since day one. I'm really happy for him because he was 1-2, and who knows if he lost that one, if he got smoked, he might have got cut. So but yeah, another thing I know Jenkins, I don't think he really has finishing potential in his hands like that, and especially his I did not like his Jamal Emmers performance. So had I had been thinking this guy's a little overrated, still good but a little overrated, and hey, my pick was correct. So good job, me. Main card. What $80 was spent? I actually didn't spend the $80. I watched this in a restaurant, and that's why my I did not watch this fight too closely. I think it was like midway or the second round when I started watching, and I was in Mexico, so I don't want to pay for the pay per view and rewatch it, and I'm not gonna try and find a link. I can't be bothered. But what I did see from this fight was Matthews was a little bigger, and he was holding Prado against the fence. I think I saw him take Prado down a couple times, and I saw him hit him with some couple more clean combos. A lot of hooks to the body, body head. Just, I think I saw Matthews just landing better combinations. Like I said, more shots. But I knew this was a lock to go the distance. Prado has a big ass Minecraft head, pretty much impossible to knock him out. And Matthews has only been like TKO'd once in his whole career. So I know that this was a lock to go the distance, and it did. But 30-27 Matthews, good job to him. And another pick right for me. This one, I was the only guy picking Jimmy Crute, and it was looking so good in the first round. 10-8 Bellato was piecing him up on the feet, knocked him, threw a right hand, and goes right behind the guard, right behind the ear. And Bellato literally face plants. Shit. I need some water. And yeah, Jimmy Crute beating him up on mount. His Bellato looked like shit, and Crute was fucking him up 10-8, and I'm like, oh yes. Round two, I thought in the first half of the round, Crute was looking good, hitting Bellato more than Bellato was hitting him. Then I could tell by his movements that he was starting to gas, and I was like, oh shit. And then that's when Bellato kind of picked it up. In my opinion, round two was really close. Again, I was in a restaurant, so maybe I wasn't really watching 100%, but I was watching pretty closely. And I thought the second round was pretty close. And then round three, you could tell Crute was really gassed. Bellato just had a little more in the tank. And again, it was a close round. I thought Bellato edged it a little bit more. I thought, yeah, just Bellato had a little bit better shots. But yeah, it was a fucking good ass fight. Goes to a draw. Again, Jimmy Crute gets another draw. But a lot of people were picking Bellato by KO. I don't think Crute has never been knocked out. He's been submitted. But his only TKO finish was like the leg, the weird ass, like when he got drop foot from Anthony Smith. So that's not even a knockout. So he never been knocked out. So that's why I picked Crute. Also, I thought the layoff was going to be good for him. I was kind of right. Crute looked really good in the first round. So not a bad pick for me. Unlucky. But so it's pretty much no contest on my picks. Oh my God. This fight. I'm so glad I was about to make a whole ass video on this is a lock of the night. Put everything you have in a Justin Tafa. Teixeira is too hittable, doesn't really have any power. He's going to get murked. He was getting pieced up and wobbled by a 218 pounder on the contender series, a guy who looks like the frog Pokemon. And then in 35 seconds, finishes Tafa. So I was like, wow, okay. Um, what happened here? Pretty much just bomb rushes Tafa against the fence. Tafa, I don't know what the fuck. He was going for the underhooks, and he's like, has his chin in the air, and then Teixeira's like, oh, just smashes his nose, breaks Tafa's nose. He falls, covers up. It's over. He complains that why did he stop it? You can't be in the fetal. You can't be caught in the ball in the UFC. That's not what you do. Yeah, and his nose got smashed. Good job, Teixeira, I guess. I still think he's a little sus, but now this confirms everyone's opinions. Tafa's fucking ass. Nothing much more to say. Oh man, the co-main. Fuck, I chose Tatiana Suarez. I know I saw people. Why the fuck would people pick Suarez? Listen, I was worried about this, but I was banking on the fact that first of all, Suarez. This is women's, and Suarez. Most of her fights are finishes. I like that. Um, and yes, I was worried. She never had a 5 round fight. This was a huge step up. But Suarez had beaten 3 former champs and murked all of them. And if you remember, Zhang Weili's last was her last fight? Yeah, UFC 300 against the other Chinese, whatever. She gassed out like in the third round. So I was thinking about that. And I was like, I like that for Suarez, and I thought Suarez would be a lot stronger. First round, Suarez took her down the whole time. Then she gassed out. I was pretty surprised. Her knee got split open. I don't know how. She got hit a lot, wobbled like twice. Yeah, Zhang Weili just murked her the rest of the 4 rounds, and then Suarez just kind of got exposed. Just kept going for takedowns against the fence. That's probably why she gassed out. And her striking is 0. So fuck. But good job, Zhang Wei Li. I want her to fight Shevchenko next, but after Shevchenko fights Manon Fiora. But who knows? Honestly, I think Fiora might beat Shevchenko. So if that happens, that might screw everything up. But and Zhang Wei Li fights like once a year anyway. So yeah, I don't know who I want her to fight Shevchenko next because she. I don't think there's anyone else. Maybe Jean Roba. Who wants to see that one? Not me, but good job, Wei Li. Looks really good on that soy sauce. And for Tatiana Suarez, ugh, nothing to say to you. Main card, main fights, exactly how I predicted. Pretty much a carbon copy of the first fight. Fuck, bro, I need water. What the fuck? This water's been sitting here for 20 days, but I don't give a fuck. Oh, that's ass. Wow. Um, yeah, pretty much the same shit as the first fight is what I called it, but this was a lot more boring. That's usually what happens. The first fights, if the first fight is really good, usually the rematch is not as good. Um, I do think Strickland looked not as much gas in the tank. I'm gonna blame that on staff. We all know he had that mark on his arm. I don't know. Strickland looked off, and then Duplessis. I think he was just not putting everything into every round because he knew he was winning. So that's why I think the fight was a little boring. I think Duplessis could have done more, but he was being smart. And I worry for Strickland. I feel like people are not going to figure him out, that he can't really knock you out, and his shots are not that powerful. If you throw the more powerful strikes, probably going to win. I think that's why against Costa, that one judge gave Costa like 49-46. It was a split. I think because Costa had the more powerful shots. I know that was a retarded scorecard, but I think that's what the judge was thinking. I think that's what's gonna start happening. I think people are gonna figure Strickland out. Um, I don't know why people were so surprised at this fight that it was boring. Well, not that it was boring, but like it ended how it looked, it ended how it ended. It was kind of obvious. Pretty hard to finish Strickland, and he fights the same way. He fights the same way he's fought against Christoph Jocko 3-4 years ago. So I don't know why people are still surprised, but I am worried for him. I think we're going to see a downfall in Strickland because I think he either fights Whitaker or Duplessis, or not Duplessis, Whitaker or Adesanya. I honestly can see him losing to both. So even though he beat Adesanya, I think uh, that was not Adesanya, and that was David Adesanya, not Israel Adesanya. Um, but yeah, Duplessis won every round. I thought Strickland got the first, but oh, and yeah, Duplessis fucking smashed Strickland's nose in the round four. I think Strickland just cracks it back into place, keeps fighting. Good on him. Kind of a shit fight. Oh well, I'm not surprised. I want Duplessis get calms out, of course. And for Strickland, like I said, probably he's going to get Whitaker or Adesanya. I don't think he's going to get Imavov or um, Bohalio. I don't think the UFC would be that stupid to possibly derail their contenders. Because if Strickland beats them, then what? Because what if Duplessis wins? They can't do Duplessis Strickland 3. So, but yeah, I got the pick right. I predicted Duplessis by decision. Thought that was a lock. But yeah, I ended the night. What was I? 6-5-1, I think. Yeah, 6-5-1. That's pretty shit. But Guru went like What do you go? Did he go 5-6-1? What an idiot! I think he went 5-6-1. Same with Lucas Tracy. So, and I'm 6-0 in main events. I don't know. You guys looking at them for picks? You guys are coming to me for picks. I'm the real pick guy. But yeah, now we got Kenny near RoboCop next. I'm gonna look to bounce back.